Good morning, everybody, and good morning, online audience. This is First Church, and this is Third Sabbath Health Spotlight, honey. And before we jump into that, because our topic, let's put on the screen, what is our topic for today? Third Sabbath Spotlight on Health. So, walking off diabetes. Walking off diabetes. Before we jump into that, honey, we did something here First Church about a couple of weeks ago. Come and give some highlights about that, honey.
All right. You remember the citywide Defeating Diabetes Conference? We wanted to just thank you, church members and online members, for actually being present and telling others about the Defeating Diabetes. For your information, we had over 325 people in the audience on that Sabbath. We had 400 people online at the exact same time. And then on YouTube, as they went to YouTube, we're now clocking in over 3,500 people watching the citywide Defeating Diabetes. And to each and every one of you, give your own self a hand clap for being a part of this amazing God-given program.
And now you members invited your workers and neighbors and friends as well. And all of the community guests have already been contacted and talked to, and those names are also being turned over to our Bible worker, Betsy White, and her team will be also following through with that as well. So now we're talking about walking off diabetes, honey, walking off diabetes.
There's so many parts of diabetes that we can talk about, but let's talk about that. When we talk about walking it off, all right, so some new studies came out talking about how important walking was as it relates to diabetes and other diseases. So talk about that.
Okay, let's go to our next slide here, and let's talk about walking off diabetes. Now, so here's the graph, folks. Here's the graph. Now, notice this is the name of the scientific literature. Here it is entitled Walking Speed and Risk of Type 2 Diabetes. Now, that first graph, the first top graph, is those who walk less than 2 miles an hour. With that, your risk of diabetes drops a little bit. The second graph, those who walk up to 3 miles an hour. With that, your risk of diabetes drops even more. The third graph is those who walk up to 4 miles an hour. With that, your risk of diabetes drops even more. So therefore, this study, one of the first of its kind based on 10 cohort studies, is not so much walking or your steps, but your speed in which you walk. With that, I can replace the words type 2 diabetes and put the word dementia. Where as we walk, increased blood flow, it reduces the risk of dementia. I can replace the word dementia with the word stroke. As we walk, it reduces blood clots, reduces the risk of stroke. I can replace the word stroke with the word all-cause mortality. When we increase our walking, we die. We don't die sooner, we live a longer life. So therefore, it's not just type 2 walking, it's not just the steps, but the speed in which we walk. That's the determining factor.
Well, do we have an example of the walking?
We have a video clip?
Yes.
About you too, right, honey?
Yes.
It is? Okay, let's go there and let's see. Now let's talk about the speed. So we're not talking about the steps. We're talking about the speed, so let's go now to the animation about that. So here we go. So now this is casual walking. I'm looking on my cell phone. I'm checking my text, all right? This is casual walking, all right? YouTube and et cetera, and watching videos. But when you put the phone down, you start walking. This pace here is a pace of walking a mile in less than 20 minutes. That pace right there, we timed it, all right? So when we do that, therefore, your risk of diabetes, risk of dementia, risk of stroke, risk of all-cause mortality simply drops, not with the steps, but with the speed of walking, all right?
So Does the servant of the Lord speak about that, about how important it is?
Well, this is one of the most powerful statements here. Listen to this statement right here. And they like the video so much, you keep on walking, baby. Oh, you can looking mighty good, too, honey, by the way. All right. Councils on Health, page 52. Here it is. Watch this. Listen to this. A walk, particularly brisk walking, would be more beneficial to health than all the medicines the doctors may prescribe simply by walking. Not just steps, but with emphasis on speed.
Well, let's get a little bit closer then as we're closing this one out, and that is
God's Word.
God's Word. Let's see what God's Word has to say, and that's in Genesis 2:15. And I want you to read it with me. It says what? And the Lord said, the Lord took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden and dressed it and kept it. So that dressing and that keeping, that means they didn't just sit down eating jujubes and playing around, Adam and Eve. They were working.
So that Hebrew word for dress and keep, meaning engaged in some type of physical activity even before sin. Therefore, brisk walking is a powerful weapon we can use all for disease. John 10:10, Jesus said, I come, that they might have life and have it more abundantly.